Mike Callahan back with Callahan's Corner, where you ask the questions, we answer them live right here on Facebook. I had a pre-submitted question from a design build and softscape company separately. Both wanted to know about production rate based estimating for installing hardscapes such as this patio or this paver here, walkway, and going out and actually planting some plants here like we've got in this 1, 3, and 5 gallon shrubs here. So going to be talking about production rate based estimating. And what I'm going to suggest, the question wanted to know is how do we create predictable estimates and accountability in the business? So what I'm going to recommend is in a design build or softscape install that we create a separated estimate process that includes the labor to plant the plants, and if we're using some large ball and burlap or container trees, that we include the machine such as a skid steer, dingo, backhoe, or whatever that looks like. But what we're going to do is dive in, and what I'm going to suggest is you should have this imaginary estimate checklist inside a mobile or tablet. The way we build this out inside Service Autopilot is we literally have 1 gallon, 2 gallon, 3, 5, 7, 10, and so on. And the estimator is basically pulling out their phone and plugging in how many number of each one of these 1, 2, 3, 5 gallon and so on plants are. So we're going in and we're taking a look at it. Our 1 gallon here, we've got our 3 gallon, and we've got our 5 gallon. And how long does it actually take to put these in the ground? So if we're looking at it here, we've got a variety of different plants that have gone into the landscape, as well as this tree, ball and burlap. So how do we break that in? So when we go out, we're doing either the SketchUp or on site, we're adding up the number of the units. And what's going to happen there is we've got industry averages or production rates based on your actual time and motion studies. But the idea is we want to be able to plug in all the number of plants, the 1, 2, 3, 5, 7, 10 gallon plants, and then want to be able to go in and after off the sketch, we pull up the estimate. We are going to calculate our labor. So what's the charge? What's the budgeted time based on how many units? What's the cost for profit? And then below that, we're going to give the estimator the ability to add in each particular product in there. So if it is a 3 gallon or a 5 gallon boxwood, we're going to stick that in there. If it's a juniper, whatever that is, we're going to stick that in there. And once that's in there, we've got our labor with budgeted time, cost for a 1, 2, 3, or 5 gallon plant there. So we're going to dial that in. So we've got our labor time, and then underneath that, we've got the ability to break out products. So if you are a fan of the SA Weekly Talk Show, I'm going to be going live tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern, 12 p.m. Central on the Service Autopilot and the SimpleGrowth Facebook page, breaking down how you actually take this kind of methodology of how do we go in and take the different size gallon plants, the labor, the machine. So whether it's a skid steer, a Mini X, a dingo, and I'm going to break this down and show you how we break this down inside Service Autopilot for production rate based estimating system that tackles labor based on production for each size of plant, machine hour with operator, and each particular product with product markup and projected profit. So as we're going in, we've got some plants here that just went in. So I'm going to show you how this actually plays out in an estimate, and how do we create predictability and then take that budgeted time and create accountability for the crews so they know at each milestone of the job what is needed. And in addition, if I have some time in the SA Weekly Talk Show, I'm going to actually dive into projects and show you how we actually track this complete with a deposit and milestone billing or billing on completion. So hopefully this gives you a little insight of what we're going to be doing tomorrow on the FE Weekly Talk Show at 1 p.m. Eastern, 12 p.m. Central. Tune in on the SimpleGrowth Facebook page, and I'm going to actually lift the hood how to build a softscape or design build estimate based on production rates, based on the size of gallons and different plants, equipment, additional labor, disposal, drive time, and everything else in between. So we'll see you tomorrow on Friday, 1 p.m. Eastern, 12 p.m. Central, on the SimpleGrowth Facebook page or the Service Autopilot page where we host the SA Weekly Talk Show. We'll see you tomorrow. Callahan's Corner, you ask questions, we answer them live right here on Facebook.